Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the use of the dynamic keyword in C# and also how to load up an external DLL library which is not a reference in your project. I'm just going to show you the DLL file that we're going to be loading up. As you can see, it's got a person class in it. The assembly is called dynamic DLL. It's got a person class, and the person class has a constructor, a method called getAge, a method called getName, and a method called setPersonalInfo. Okay, let's get started. Oh, sorry. I've got the DLL file in my projects debug folder, and that's how we know where to find the project. Yeah. So to get started, we're going to get a list of the types within our assembly. Our assembly is, of course, dynamic DLL. So we're going to start off with a type array. I'm going to call it extern DLL. I'll just name it types. Extern DLL types equals to assembly dot load. Now we're gonna have to put in the name of our assembly. In our case, it is dynamic DLL, dynamic DLL. And then we're gonna give it another dot. Then we're gonna go get types, and this should load up the DLL file and get all the classes within that DLL. Just to show you the classes that are in the DLL, and just to check that it's working right, we're gonna put in the for each statement. var is gonna be type in extern DLL types. Oops, and it's just gonna write out item.toString. And yeah, and if it's too small for you guys to see, but it says dynamic DLL.person. So it found a person class inside of dynamic DLL. So we know that Visual Studio, our program can reload up this DLL file, and it can also see what's inside of it. Now we can get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. Now we're going to create a new dynamic object. To do that, we just type in dynamic, and I'm just going to name my dynamic object person. And to create this dynamic object, we're going to go activator dot create instance from extern DLL 0. So the first value in the external DLL types array. And now we're going to have to put in the values of the constructor for that class. And I know in my case it is a string followed by a integer. So we're going to type in the string, and it's going to be the person's name. So it's going to be, I'm going to name my person Mary, and the integer or her age is going to be 21. Okay, now we're going to try to write the try to use the get name and get age method to get Mary's name and age. So we're going to go person dot we go CW. Well, if you press tab twice, it writes that for you. So yeah, that's a little trick. We're gonna go person dot oops, get name. You might have just noticed that I didn't have any IntelliSense when I was writing that. That's because it loads up the DLL library at runtime and Visual Studio has no idea what's in it. Mary is person dot get age. Okay, cool. And now when we run it, we should say Mary is 21. So person.getName, which is Mary, person.getAge, which is 21. Okay. Now we're gonna invoke the method called set personal information in the person class. So we're gonna go person.set personal info, and this takes into parameters. One would be the person's name, and the other would be the person's age. So John should be 21. I'm just gonna copy and paste that after we've changed the personal information. So we're gonna run it now, and we see John is 21. Just to show you guys what happens if we get a spelling error in our method names. For example, if we say get names, then we're gonna get an error saying runtime binder exception. So as you can see, Visual Studio didn't pick up that error, and you guys should know by now that if it's a method in your project, then Visual Studio knows the name of it, and it just helps you catch that error before we compile the program. But in this case, it didn't, because it loaded up this stuff at runtime. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.